All right, guys, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we are back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only run champion spotlight. Today we're going to be looking at Longsword Torrux. He is a Knight's Revan. He's one of the newer rares that have come out in the recent months. He's not brand new, but he's good enough. He's good enough. He's close. He looks pretty badass. He's got a nice sword over here. A very Dark Souls kind of esque model. He's got some spiky things on his back. And he has this sword is really cool, by the way. It's probably one of my favorite looking swords. I don't know what's going on down here. He's got some kind of package situation going on, but yeah, we don't really like that stuff. But let's go in and look and see why he's kind of cool and why everyone seems to like him. So his A1 attacks one enemy, has a 35% chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns, so that's actually kind of cool. You get some extra HP from your attacks. Attacks all enemies before attacking. He places a 30% increased defense buff on all allies for 2 turns, and has a 45% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn, which is kind of nice. You can basically provoke everyone and increase defense on the whole team. And then he has a passive where he places a block damage buff on himself if the incoming damage exceeds 20% of this champion's max HP, which basically is great because then you get hit with a big hit, like from one of these guys in the arena, or even like a big hit from a boss, and he'll put up block damage, which is actually really good for keeping him alive, especially if he's provoking everyone. He counterattacks when hit by any enemy under a provoke debuff, so he can provoke everyone, then take block damage, and then basically everyone will attack him, and then he'll counterattack. So the fact that he has low attack really is not a problem because he's just going to constantly counterattack. So it's okay. Let's see. Masteries. All right, so his masteries, we went down the basic tree. We decided to go with War Master because War Master is actually better for him, at least from what I've seen. Breaking through defense isn't really going to help him too much because he doesn't hit that hard. So I think having the War Master will probably boost his damage way more than the Helm Smasher will, unless you have like just gotten him to extreme amounts of damage. So I haven't seen him do anything crazy with damage, but he's not terrible, but he's definitely not good at damage wise. And then we went down here and we got the 30% chance to extend the duration of any buff cast, and that's for the defense. And then we've got the chance of placing any debuffs, which is basically for the provoke and for the leech, which is very nice. As far as artifacts, we put him in some HP restoring kind of gear. It's what I had. I would maybe recommend doing more defensive stuff, but we got his defense up pretty high even with this. And with this set, he can heal back the damage he's taking, and he has more HP to kind of get that HP back with the leeches and for everything else. So we have him in a crit rate glove. We have him in a defense chest. We have speed on the boots. We've got defense on his ring, crit damage on his amulet, and we have resist right now on his banner. Now, you could conceivably just switch this out to accuracy. I think it's just what I had at the time. But if he's going to be taking hits, it might be better for him to resist. Because if they want to remove buffs, if they want to, freeze him, stuff like that, it might be better to have him resist and just keep his accuracy. If you can get his accuracy above 200, that'd be great. I'm at 174, which is not good. If I switched out the banner, then this would go to 250, and this would drop down to like 220, which is actually reasonable. So I'll probably end up doing that. So just know that the accuracy should be higher here. But 43,000 HP, he's got almost 2,000 attack. He's got 3,500 defense. We've got 175 speed, which is a little low. Probably get that a little higher. His crit rate is 79%. His crit damage is 135. And once again, resist is 297, and his accuracy is 174. So where are we going to use him? Well, obviously, we're going to use him in Faction Wars. It's not open today, unfortunately, because Faction Wars are crazy, and I unfortunately cannot schedule these around this because it'd be 12 days right till the next thing. Luckily, in this one, it'd be 3 days. But either way, we use him in here. We got to 58. We were running around 50 or 53, I think, before we got him to 60. Now that we've got him to 60, yeah, we were able to break through that one area. The next area was a little bit tough, but we are using him in the final stages, which is nice. As far as arena goes, he's more of a nuisance. I don't think he's really an arena hero. Obviously, like this guy Amarantz is more of an arena hero. He's a jerk. I hate that guy. All right, so here we go. We go into this one, my lord. All right, and this is a pretty defensive team. We can start here. We'll go with this. We've got Pig Boy, and we've got some other stuff. Hopefully, we can not kill them all before. I don't think so, because these guys have a lot of defense, I think. I saw they're at least reasonable power, like 300,000, I think. So hopefully they can take some hits. Yeah, they can. They can definitely take some hits. All right, so now he's dead. So now we want to try and provoke everyone, which we did not. Now, the provoke isn't going to really help us on someone like Deliana. All right, that's something we noticed when I tried doing this video before is that it's not really going to help you with Deliana because she has an AoE on her A1. So unfortunately, you're going to get hit by everything with that anyway, but it does stop her from using her main skills, which is not terrible. So even on someone like Deliana, the provoke could be useful. All right. See, these guys are going to be super defensive. We got to get her out of the mix, which unfortunately isn't going to happen for a little bit. Let's see. We'll do this. We'll focus on her because that's going to be what ends up killing us ultimately is getting everybody back over and over again. Let's see if we can get an AoE. Nope. Block. I forgot that we had the block buffs. So now defense down is up. Yeah, I think these guys are going to be able to overpower us with their defense because we're not going to be able to break through it. Yeah, let's go for this. At least if we can kill Syl, we can win. That's the gist here. And luckily, I have a lot of heroes that can do two things at once. So we're going to do revive, and then we're going to do some attack up, get some HP back, and now hopefully we can provoke these guys again. Nope, no provoke. See, this is where the accuracy would be a little more important. And now we've got him back, and everyone's feared, which is even better. All right, we don't have the AoE, so we're going to go for her still because she's still the problem. She's the one that's going to bring people back. All right, he's feared. Oh, yep, the fear didn't work. I knew it was going to happen. So we're just waste these skills. We'll get killed in the arena. All right, we're going to try and keep attacking her, even though damage is going to go to him. We're very close. Oh, there goes him. See, if we got that freeze off, we would have won. All right, so this is a bull. This is a waste. So yeah, there you go. Either way, you're going to need some accuracy on him because it's going to be tough. If you don't have accuracy on him, he's not going to be able to provoke. If we were able to provoke, that probably would have been a much easier fight. Let's go find someone that's a little bit lower. This one's reasonably. Here we go. We've got some crazy stuff going on here. This is going to be a crazy fight. A lot of heroes in here that I don't like. Let's see what happens. And I don't know why I can't keep my voice in check today. It's just one of those things. So we're going to stick with it. All right. We're going to do some defense, some extra crit, and then we're going to hopefully pop everyone in the face. Nope, we didn't pop everyone in the face. So this is a high resist team, but they were frozen, so that's good. We don't need to do the provoke, but we're going to do it anyway because it's a nice hit. All right, so we were able to provoke two of them, even though it's going to end the turn. But at least we were able to get something off out of that. I would have just waited normally in a fight like this. I probably would have just waited for the next round to use the provoke to get them provoked. Now, this guy, I don't know is he the revive one? Yeah, he's the one that does block damage and revives everyone. I got it. I figured that's what he was. All right, see, now he's going to do that and bring everyone back, I think, right? Here, we're going to try and remove whatever this nonsense is to kill him quickly. And then we're going to do this. But as you can see, Torx isn't really helping in this fight too much. Like, could he help in this fight? Yes. Is he? No, he is not. Like, he was not a big help in there. He did 45,000 damage, which is the lowest out of everybody except Arbiter, and I don't even really attack with Arbiter almost ever. Yeah, that's it. Like, Carl's the winner. Yeah, either way, I wouldn't probably bring him in here. He doesn't have a skill set that is really tuned up for arena. He's not going to help you, and he's not going to get you out of a situation unless you have that provoke. And even then, most of the heroes you're fighting at this point in the arena, it's gonna be a waste anyway. I mean, you're not going to provoke Mithrala more than likely unless you have insane accuracy on him. You know, these are the kind of heroes that are just going to take hits and it's not going to matter. So the enemies we're fighting at this level of the game probably is that he's not worth bringing in here. But he is good for lower end. You know, if you just got him and you just start the game, he could be good for provoking people in early game when people haven't figured out that resist works yet. So let's get out of here. As far as Faction Wars, we showed that. I don't know if there's anywhere in Dungeons that I would really bring him. There's nowhere like specifically, at least in here, there's nothing that really needs a provoke. I mean, possibly Ice Golem would be an option. And that would really only be just to keep the bosses, not the bosses, the what are they called? The ads to bring them into place. We're gonna take Syl out, even though it's a bad idea. She's the one that basically revives and keeps everyone alive. We're gonna bring in Torx here to this team because hopefully we can kill two birds with one stone. Because I do have a quest where I have to put a lot of debuffs on the boss, but I'm just curious if he's going to bring anything to this fight. See, I mean, like I said, he did 28k on that main hit. It's like I said, he's not terrible. He's just not amazing. We're going to drink some tea. Him and Pig Boy together are my faves. They're all really good. Now, he's also got a low turn on his skill, so he's not going to get it off very often. But the leech, honestly, in here could be useful because this is a tough fight as far as keeping people alive. So even that leech might be something useful. I mean, Sill's probably a lot more important here, obviously. Question is, are we going to die? Who the hell knows, right? Because we have no revive, but we do have shield, so. All right. Yeah, at least this is a stronger team, so they are able to take down those ads a lot quicker. Oh, there you go. 35,000 on a main hit, on a single target hit. That's not terrible. I'm okay with that. We're going to start getting nailed with attacks now. Yeah, I would never use this team normally. There's too many factors here that could cause your whole team to just die. Luckily, we have Mithrala. All right, so they were able to do it. But as you can see, just from that quick run through, he did the least amount of damage out of all of those people because he's not a damage hero. He's just not a damage hero. Even Gerda, who I get is a legendary. I'm not saying she's not, but she's a poison hero. Like her damage mainly comes from poisons. All right, same thing with Mithril, comes from hexes and poisons and all other stuff. They still did more damage than him. All right, and that's not a fight that's heavy poison intensive. Like it wasn't like the whole wave was getting poisoned every single round and it was taking 20 minutes. This was a minute fight, minute and 20 seconds. All right, so even Fleshmonger, he's just putting up way more numbers, and it's crazy because you would think he might do that. So just know that he is a support hero. He's not a hero that you're going to go in and be like, I win. Like no, he's the one that is the nuisance. He's going to come in. He's going to provoke somebody that shouldn't be provoked and stop them from killing your hero so they can do damage. That's it. That's his purpose. He's going to increase defense, which is good as well because that'll help you from getting killed. So don't think you're going to bring him in and all of a sudden your world's going to be better. Just know that he's good enough. That's what he's for. Let's get some levels while we're in here. As far as the Doom Tower goes, I mean, yeah. Once again, there's nothing in here. Maybe Magma Dragon. You would need more accuracy for him to be useful here, but something like this could be a place to bring him. Oh, that's right. I did bring her in there. Let's see if we take out her and bring in Torx. I don't think this is not an optimal idea unless you have really high accuracy on him because the chances of him landing that provoke, he has to basically land a provoke. Actually, we have the speed up, so it could work. Let's see. So this is the only other place that I would say he would be like super useful if you don't have another provoke hero. Now we started bringing Gwyneth in here because she hits kind of hard and we like her. She's turning out to be one of my more favorite heroes, and she has the speed up, which makes this fight a little bit easier because it's conceivable that with Gwyneth in this fight, you could have, or any hero that can increase speed, really, you could have one hero doing the provokes in this fight. Now, I don't think Torx is that person because he has a one-turn provoke, I believe, which is not good enough for this fight. So he will have to be used in here as a secondary provoker. He didn't even get that provoke off because Master Butcher took care of it. I have a feeling that if you don't have Master Butcher or Jizzo or who's the other ones? There's a bunch of them. Odachi. There's a bunch of heroes that you could bring in here for a provoke. Yeah, he could be useful for it. I mean, they're doing the job, so that's okay. So far, he hasn't landed a provoke, but I think it's because Master Butcher has been holding the provoke candle as of right now. Say he's constantly provoking. So having him in here, is he going to really help? He's going to try to help. I mean, he'll be the one off. So like when the provoke falls off from Master Butcher, you could bring him in as your secondary. Now, if you don't have any other heroes, options are what do you got? Jizzo, Odachi. You could bring him in with either one of those two. Jizzo could work in here. Anybody that's kind of if you're struggling for a 2-turn provoke, essentially, you could conceivably just put him in a provoke set, and then this could be a way to beat this fight as well. You could bring him in with a provoke set, so all of his attacks have a chance to provoke, and that could be helpful as well. But once again, he's still not the best option for this. I mean, I did it with Odachi and Jizzo, and I think my accuracy on Jizzo is terrible, and Odachi has a low ass chance of provoking as well. So between the two of them, it was a nightmare. And I had to fight the boss like 3 or 4 times. We're talking like the first time we got through this fight. We're not talking like yesterday. But now, yeah, now the boss is kind of a joke. I mean, just Master Butcher alone can obviously handle this. You're gonna get hit with a burn. I think we've died on this fight once in the last, like, in recent times. It all comes down to that provoke. Like if you can't get a second provoke up quick enough, then yeah, you're gonna have a problem. But as long as you can keep getting provokes up, this fight is minimal at best. And as you can see, it's not a super long fight. It's long enough. It's a 3-minute fight ish, and that's because we're also using. And right now, the reason it's 3 minutes is because we're using Torx because he's not a damage dealer. All the provokes. I just want to see one more big hit from Gwyneth before the fight ends. There you go. Ah, she didn't get a big hit. It was like 39,000. But there you go. Let's look at damage. So obviously Gwyneth is insane. She did way more damage than Kale, which is strange considering that poisons are usually a boss's worst nightmare. Torx did 300,000, so he didn't land in the bottom spot this time. So he's actually doing some damage, but he's really 120,000 more than Apothecary, which, I mean, it's a little bad. So once again, does he do damage? Yes. Is he going to be your main damage dealer? Probably not, unless you build him specifically for it. And I don't think he's worth even building for that. I would just build him as a provoker and as a protector of the team, support, accuracy. Yeah. I don't think he really even needs resist now that I'm thinking about it. Like, really, just his accuracy is all you want so he can land those debuffs and get the provokes up. Because if he has block damage, then he can't take damage unless there's someone that, obviously can break through that. But in PvE, and which is where is the only place I would use him, yeah, that's what he's for. So I would probably just switch him into an accuracy banner. Right now, I didn't have one, but and also because it was that cool set. We like that set. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have somebody you need to get through faction wars, he's definitely not a bad choice. But he's not the best choice. That's all. Like most of the heroes that I I play with, they may not be the best choice, but they are a choice, and they do work if you need block damage and provoke. So yeah, I mean, I would build him. I wouldn't build him straight away, like from the beginning of the game. Like if you just pulled him, I probably wouldn't build him as a first tier hero. But yeah, as a secondary to get through the city and to maybe get through Magma Dragon if you're having trouble there, there's some things he can do to help out, and the block damage will help too, because especially with HP regen too, if you have that on him, he can basically just keep regenerating himself and blocking damage if that guy hits him with a really heavy hit when he's provoked. So yeah, he could be useful in there as a secondary tank. If you can put him in provoke, though, I think that's your best bet because I don't think he can tank it by himself. All right, so yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a like, comment, subscribe. All those things are fun. They're all good for the channel, and we do a live show every week as well. So that's always good. As good. Join us in and see if you want to look at some Longsword Torrux. Maybe we'll do a video on him. We'll do some live action with him. All right. So yeah, this is Longsword Torrux. This is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and you guys take care.